I came here to study Gibraltarian English because I belong to the Department of English, and I study the differences between American English and British English, Australian English, and I realized that there's this beautiful variety of English in Europe, Gibraltar English, which is under-researched, and that brought me to Gibraltar. And then I realized that there's so much more here than British English, which is Llanito, this beautiful language that is spoken essentially at home and in the streets, but that is not being promoted actively because you can see that children are not spoken to in Llanito and therefore they don't speak Llanito anymore. And that is a language that has a lot to study, a lot of interest, and at the same time it needs help, so to speak.
Did you find that because you had different people that you were noticing different things in the way that they were writing their biographies, or are there some similarities of note?
They are different, they are all different in that they have their own style of writing. We didn't edit anything or correct anything. It's their own words and their own vision. There's a lot of difference between older people and younger people because older people wanted to speak Spanish or Llanito at school and they couldn't. They would be punished, and that is what we call linguistic discrimination, while young people do not go through that. But then there are some common trends, and they all want to remain multilingual. All of them think of things that can be done to stop Llanito from being lost, and the role of parents is very important, the role of school is very important, the role of having reference on TV or media or singers or dancers who speak Llanito that they can admire and imitate speaking Llanito. And they also say that it was something that they had never stopped to think, like, what is my linguistic biography? What is the language that I learned? How do I feel about it, and who taught it to me, and so on. So there are many commonalities, yes.
So how important do you think groups like Patuka Press, for example, are for the development and the retention of Llanito?
That's essential, isn't it? Promoting local authors and talking about Llanito and having an outlet for local authors. And they really need support from the establishment. They need international projection. So what we need is to talk Llanito, to speak Llanito, and to talk about the local culture. Painting, of course, dancing, but also letters, literature, and writing. Yes, so Patuka Press is essential. All those initiatives that we need to support.